I will not lie. I haven't filmed in a while. I feel real rusty, like I don't even know what I'm doing. Hey everyone, it's Laynie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, today I want to do a little drugstore video. I did some impulse buying recently. I was walking by an e.l.f. display and I was like, oh, you know, it's been a little while since I've really dove into e.l.f. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to have some fun with some e.l.f. makeup. So yeah, if you want to see the products I'm testing out, what I think, and the look I come up with, then just keep watching. Okay, the first new product I'm trying is the e.l.f. Primer Putty. I have not tried this before, but I've heard really good things. Before I go on with this, I am going to use a little bit of my Good Molecules because this is also a moisturizer and a primer. I should have put on my skincare, but I forgot to restock my bathroom with moisturizer, so note to self, do that right after this video. Alright, now we have the priming putty here. They do have an illuminating version. I went with the regular because I do have oily skin, especially this time of year. It feels really nice. It goes on really smoothly for being a pore filling product. It doesn't feel nearly as silicone-y as I was expecting. It actually feels quite creamy. Alright, I'm going to stop there. I feel good about that. These are their new little bite-sized palettes. This is the one in Truffle. There was something about this taupey gray here that I was like, I think I need to try that. I'm going to go in with the eyes first since I don't know how much fallout these will have since I've never used them before. I'm going to prime with my MAC Paint Pot. I love the dimension in here. I love that we have a good crease shade, a little bit of a smoky brown, or we can really amp it up with this dark black that has a little tiny bit of shimmer in there, and then we can really jazz it up with this very creamy metallic shade. I don't think this is a palette you're going to create anything that's like mind-blowingly different or unique. It's kind of just like your standard go-to smoky eye, but there is something about this that is just so cohesive, so easy, and affordable. You gotta love it. Going in with the lightest brown. It is definitely not super pigmented, but I kind of appreciate that since I'm more fair-skinned. Honestly, right now, I'm tan, even though it might not look like it. I'm tan for me right now. This color, I actually like that I can build it up. It's not going to be way too much pigment from the get-go. It blended out really nicely, honestly. It was not difficult to blend. I had like no fallout. That's really awesome. Not much kick up. So far, so good. Since this is the shade that drew me in, I'm going to go in with it on a dry brush. This is my favorite brush for metallics. It's just a perfect little paddle. I might dampen it though. I might. Let's see how it applies first. You know when you get a really good metallic and you can feel the smoothness as soon as you put your brush in? This one has that feeling. I have high hopes for this one. It's good. It's real good. If you kind of put one side of your brush in with the heaviest coat and flip it over and just get a little bit on the other side, I feel like it helps create a smoother line. Put the more pigmented side down. But having that other side with a little product, I just think it helps create that cut crease. Without putting down a concealer first, I'm actually really impressed with that. I would have liked it to be just a little bit more sheeny, and if I wetted it, if I made the brush wet, it probably would be. Quite a bit of fallout. I'm glad I don't have my foundation on yet. Now I'm going to grab this rich chocolatey brown and start making this a smoky eye. I love this shade of brown. Gotta go back in with a little bit of lighter brown. And I'm just going to buff out that edge. I think I want to try just using the black just to give a little bit more smokiness on the outer edge, kind of amplify the lash line. So that's what I'm going to try with this little tiny brush. It looks extremely pigmented. I know this is bad for my skin, but it helps. Ooh, you guys. That black is pigmented, smooth, blendable. Black, I feel like, is one of those eyeshadows that can go so very wrong so fast. I'm so impressed by this. In love with this black. Like, it's so good. Definitely need to clean up this fallout situation. Before we dive into complexion, I'm gonna bust out one of my oldies but favorites. It is the OG eyebrow pencil by E.l.f. I went with the neutral brown. This is their instant lift brow pencil. It's so good. It's like $2. If you're balling on a budget, I tell you what, you will not be disappointed with this one. It starts off so sharp. I wish it remained like that. I'll tell you now, it doesn't. But I have a little secret tip for you, so hang on. Love that it has the brush end. Now here's the deal. I've been loving a fluffy brow, and you're not going to get it with this pencil. I'll be real. It's not going to happen. Get yourself this eyeliner brush, 90. I think it's by Sephora. Really, just get any very slim winged liner brush. Get yourself whatever eyeshadow you think matches your eyebrows the best. Coat said brush, okay? Tap off a little excess. Then, I like to put the pointed angled side down, and I do a flicking motion in the front of the brow. And I'm starting small because I can build up. So then I get that kind of feathery, light, not harsh effect in the front of the brow. Alright, brows are done. I feel like they're big, bad, and bold today. I have been trying to grow my brows out. I want them to be a little bit bigger and fluffier. COVID shutdown has helped with that. Okay, now let's finally move on to complexion. I already had this foundation in my stash. I don't know how this color is going to work for me right now because, like I said, I'm tan Laynie being tan Laynie. But this is in the shade Light Ivory. It might not be too bad, but it's going to be a little light, I think. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's real light. Okay. I thought I had an e.l.f. bronzer already. I don't. So, there's that. But I did buy this concealer to do some, I was going to just do some like liquid contouring with. I feel like my pores look good, but I've seen them look better. This concealer is in the shade Deep Chestnut. Like I said, I wanted to do liquid bronzing. I bought this cool little brush, so I was like, oh, I need liquid bronzer for that. They didn't have any where I was looking at the e.l.f. products, so I was like, concealer will do the same thing. The trick is to not get like too much right away and to not wait too long because this concealer does dry down. I'm going to try to blend it in with the foundation. Really try to blend it out. I might go back over top with some more foundation. But honestly, that color's kind of nice. These concealers are extremely pigmented, so if you're testing it as a liquid bronzer, less is more. I like this brush, actually. This is really nice. This is by Eco Tools. This is their Wonder Cover Complexion. I thought it looked like the perfect contouring brush, liquid contour. Blended out really nicely, actually. I'm going to wipe off my brush and a little too much product. Hate when you see that line of demarcation where your scalp is real pale and then the forehead's real tan. I might even clean this off. I'm going to try it for concealer. I think it's going to work really nicely. This is in the shade Light Sand. I love the shape of this brush. Get up in the corner, can drag it down and make that triangle of light. Want just a little bit more through here. Did wonders. Do you guys see the difference? Like, look at how bright and smooth this under eye looks, and how like lifted and noticeable my cheek area looks. I love makeup. A little tiny bit of concealer should do the trick. Here we go. And maybe a little down the nose. I'm real happy with this complexion so far. There's something about the consistency and dry down of There's something about the dry down of these matte concealers that has made my skin look so smooth in person. It's blowing my mind right now. And then the next product is just a light dusting of the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder because it is hot out and I want to make sure everything stays put. And then this also gives us a nice powdery base for when I do the under eyes, so hopefully if I get any fallout, I can just dust it off. This is in the shade Fair Light, so it's also going to help bring down the tanness of the concealer that I use to bronze with. Now, if I wasn't doing a strictly e.l.f. video, I would personally like to go in with a little extra contour since I've got the smoky eye. I feel like, no, like a little, should I break the rules? I don't have e.l.f. mascara, so maybe I will break the rules. Okay, I'm gonna do it. For the sake of the look, I'm gonna go into my Kat Von D palette from TJ Maxx. I think for the under eyes, the chocolatey brown is gonna be the winner. So let's try that. I'm using my foil eyeshadow brush by Makeup Geek. It's just the perfect size. Then I think I wanna use the same brush, a little bit of black, and just kind of slightly elongate. Then I picked up their Primer Infused blush, which I remember seeing videos about, and I'm very intrigued by it. I'm hoping it means that it'll look smoother on my skin, especially since, you know, pores really try to play me right here. So hopefully this will help make them look smoother. I love this color. Always cheeky. It's just like a soft, perfect little peach blush. Morphe E3. It's definitely a soft blush, but it is buildable. And then I have been doing this whole thing over the summertime. That is really just a very natural kiss of color. Like, it's just subtle, barely noticeable from this side, but it gives that youthful glow that blush brings to a look. I love blush. Okay, now I did not pick up an e.l.f. mascara because I'm sorry, e.l.f. I have tried your mascaras before. They're not terrible. Like, if you're on a budget, you know, it'll get you by. It's going to put some color on those lashes. It's going to help them stay up a little bit more. But it's not my favorite. I feel like there's so many better affordable mascaras out there. Essence makes some wonderful mascaras. So I didn't buy any e.l.f. mascara. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But I do have this Snapscara. Okay, I have recently discovered these. I used them in another video. I'm obsessed with these. These are the e.l.f. new Seriously Satin lipsticks. They're so cute. They feel wonderful. Now, I'm not sure which color I'm feeling for this look. That is the shade Taffy. This is the shade Nectar, and this one just gets me. It's probably this one. They're creamy, pigmented, comfortable, and affordable. Yes, I did overline just a little bit, okay. But that is no lip liner, nothing. They are so good. Such a good lipstick. I highly recommend this to you guys if you're looking for a great affordable lipstick. Like, this compares to high-end lipstick to me. It is that good. Okay, so that is the finished look. It was actually very easy to put together. I think my complexion looks incredible, especially if you're like me, you're a little bit more oily. I feel like the standout is using the matte concealers. The quality of these, the pigmentation, the dry down is comfortable but matte and ultra smoothing. I love these. If you're dry, the hydrating formula of these are fantastic as well. This eyeshadow is incredible. I cannot believe it. I think this was like $1 or $2. I'll have it linked down below. I can't remember the exact price, but I know it's so affordable. Honestly, on the eyes, I feel like this looks like high-end eyeshadow. Like, I don't think anybody would think, oh my gosh, it's like a little tiny couple buck palette. Like, it looks so high quality. It blended out beautifully. I feel like the way I know if something really blends out beautifully is the fact that it's just such a smooth transition up towards the brow. I didn't have to work at it. I didn't have to put any highlighting shade under the brow. It just blended out that perfectly in that soft dusting up towards the brow that it looks like an incredibly beautiful, blendable, high-end eyeshadow. I am so impressed with this. And that is everything for today's video. As always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.